As kids, most of us always wanted to look like the Disney characters we grew up watching. But since the characters are animated, achieving that look is basically impossible. However, some kids were literally born already looking like their literal doppelganger. So in this video, we're gonna take a look at 10 kids who looked exactly like Disney characters. Number 10. Mulan. Mulan was always ahead of her time and became a role model for little girls that didn't want to be put in the box of little girls. She broke gender norms by becoming a warrior centuries ago just to save her aging father. Soon she became one of the best warriors even though she was a woman. But Mulan's look was so unique that it seemed like no one could replicate it. Except this little girl. A Chinese show that specializes in kids-centric reenactments also reenacted a scene in Mulan. The girl they chose to play Mulan couldn't have been a more perfect fit. She was doing a great job of embodying Mulan's character. The reenactment managed to get even the smallest of details of the background and even the tattoo Mulan had on her arm. Number 9. Belle. Belle's independence always threatened those around her and made her more prominent in the town. She loved reading books and even invented a special kind of a washing machine, just so she had more time to read. She would do anything for her dad and even risked her own life just to save him. Because of all this, she became a role model for a lot of little girls, despite being a fictional character. And this little girl nailed it to a T. The little girl in this video got a whole makeover just to look more like Belle. Even though she already looked like her, the hairstyle plus the accessories were just the icings on the cake. In the end, the little girl looked elegant just like a real princess would. Number 8. Anna. Even though Anna doesn't actually have her own Disney film, some people like her even more than Elsa. While Elsa was always calm, collected, and focused on becoming the queen, Anna was more clumsy and didn't really know what she was doing half the time. This made her more relatable to younger girls, which is why many looked up to her character. These two girls not only reenacted a scene from the movie, but they even sang "Do You Want to Build a Snowman" themselves.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Even though they were just kids, both of them managed to express all the feelings of frustration and sadness Anna was going through when Elsa wouldn't come out of her room. And the editing as well as the transition from young Anna to teenage Anna was just the cherry on top. Number 7. Russell. Russell from Up loves exploring the wild so much that he collected every single wilderness patch except the Assisting the Elderly wilderness patch. That's why he showed up at Carl's doorstep so he could get the patch by helping him. While Carl rejected his offer, the two accidentally got stuck together after the house started flying away from the balloons attached to the roof. Together they explore Paradise Falls. Just like Russell, this little kid seemed like he too liked exploring considering the number of badges he had on his sash. The resemblance between him and Russell was uncanny. From the hair to the clothes, the two looked exactly the same, especially when the kid stood next to the animated character. Number 6. Boo. Boo is a 2-year-old girl who isn't scared of any kind of monster, unlike other kids. She entered the world of monsters through her closet, which had a gateway. She soon builds a close relationship with Sully and Mike Wazowski. Boo was a very distinct face. You would probably remember her face even years after watching the movie. That's why no one really thought there could be another little girl that could look like her. But this 8-month-old girl proved everyone wrong. Even though she isn't 2 yet, she already looks just like Boo. Not only that, but when her mom puts her hair in pigtails, there's basically no difference in their appearance. If there's ever a live-action version of Monsters, Inc., this little girl will probably be the first one to be cast. Number 5. Moana. Moana is a teenager who sets out on an adventure in order to save her people. During her journey to save everyone, she comes across Maui, who was once a demigod. He guides her along the way and helps her become a master wayfinder. During her journey, Moana finally completes the quest of her ancestors and also finds out her own identity along the way. The 15-year-old girl who voiced Moana, Alui Crovahalo, actually looks a lot like the character she plays. Disney animators actually do make some of their characters resemble their voice actors, so maybe she was one of them. All she needs is a little outfit change and the two will basically be identical to one another. Number 4. Pocahontas. Pocahontas is a free-spirited young woman who loves to adventure. She doesn't judge anyone based on her skin tone, which is something everyone around her, including her family, does. She's very kind, but not naive, and makes sure to keep everyone in their place. Pocahontas probably has one of the most distinct-looking appearances out of all Disney princesses. Despite this, The little girl in this video looks like the Disney character's complete doppelganger. Desone has hundreds of thousands of followers on her Instagram page because of her awesome makeup skills. She has the ability to turn herself and her daughter into basically any kind of character they want. And for one of these sessions, she turned her daughter into Pocahontas. No one really noticed how much her daughter looked like the princess before this. After the makeup and clothing, the resemblance between the two was uncanny. Number 3. Cinderella. Cinderella would have to clean, cook, and sew all day just because of her stepmother and stepsisters. Even though she was treated badly by her stepmother and stepsisters, Cinderella still pulled through it all. She never complained about her situation at any point. Even though it was super unfair for her, she stayed humble through everything and she got a reward right at the end. Cinderella is the classic Disney princess, and everyone thinks her beauty is unmatched. But this little girl challenges that. She looks a lot like the princess because of her blonde hair and face. She even got a Cinderella-inspired hairdo, which just made her look even more like the Disney princess. When her hair was down, she looked a lot like Cinderella when she was in her casual clothes. When she grows up, the two will probably be identical to each other. Number 2. Merida. From a young age, Merida was always taught how to behave like the perfect lady, but she was headstrong and wanted to create her own future. Merida was already trained in archery and was considered one of the most skilled archers ever, despite being a girl. She was even trained in horse riding and sword fighting, which is the complete opposite of your typical princess. Merida proves you don't have to be a certain way to be a princess. You can be whatever you want. Merida is so unique, so who could possibly replicate her in real life? While we might be asking that question, Caitlin Boyd has already executed it. Caitlin has the exact same curly ginger hair as Merida. Not only that, but she even has the same skin tone and freckles as the Disney character. The 15-year-old looks so much like Merida that she actually won the Sunday Mail's international search for a Merida lookalike. Number 1. Linguini. Ratatouille. It's about a rat named Remy who's always wanted to become a chef, even though rats can't exactly go inside the kitchen. But then Remy's dream finally came true when he met Linguini. Linguini worked in a kitchen as a dishwasher but didn't really know how to cook. Remy pursued his dream of becoming a chef by controlling his body under his chef's hat. The movie is a Disney classic, especially because of its distinct art style. Everyone looks super cartoony and cute, and not realistic at all. That's why no one expected an actual lookalike of Linguini to exist in real life. From the nose to the expressions all the way to the red hair, everything about this boy looked like Linguini. When he held up the CD cover, you could see just how much the two looked alike. Alright, which one of these kids did you think looked the most like their Disney characters? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to TrendJoint, and we'll see you in the next one.